Hi everybody, my name is Eli.
I'm Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Nicole.
And we're the Yahoo and the Torah YouTube channel.
And we thank you guys very, very much for spending this time with us. We are going over the laws, statutes, and commands of Messiah Yahushua, and we are in a whole new book. Can we get a drum roll? What about a maraca? Where'd the maraca go?
It's just
Oh, it's over. All right, never mind, no maraca. All right, sorry guys, that was a killjoy there. So we are into a new book, and I have to give a huge thanks to my wife, Nicole, who labored last night after Shabbat and went and got the new book of Lucas completely in there. And then our little friend in our Telegram group, Michelle, who did proofreading on it. And we are very, very, very blessed to have met Michelle. And we are looking for people who want to do proofreading. If you're looking to do proofreading, we are going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be taking scriptures and getting them where they need to go, and they are in a beautiful format where they have the name of our Messiah and they have the name of our Creator, and they're as they were in ancient Hebrew. And so instead of us having to look at pagan names or things of that sort, we actually know their names, and it's a beautiful thing. So today is the first day, and that means most people are going to a 501c3 church. They believe they usually, when I was a Christian, I went at 10 o'clock in the morning. We were there by 10 o'clock. So we could go to Sunday school from 10 to 11. And then from 11 to 12, we went upstairs. And as a kid in church, I usually went to the back with my buddies and we messed around. And we sometimes got in trouble. And the thing was, my buddy was the preacher's kid. And so we were always into a lot of trouble. And so for having one of my best friends as being the preacher's kid, we sure ditched church a lot and ran to the convenience store and played video games and didn't really do a lot there. So yeah, that was my sins of going to church. I should have been there to begin with. So I guess playing video games was the best course of action with the preacher's kid. And that was my life growing up. Now, who are we and what do we believe, Jade?
We believe that the Torah is for all generations, that it still needs to be followed, that it has not been done away with.
Why hasn't it been done away with, Cade?
Well, it hasn't been done away with because it never states that it's done away with. And Yahuwah never said he did away with it. He said keep it for all time.
And is there a reason we shouldn't be keeping this? Anyone?
No, there's
No?
no reason.
I mean, does it hurt us or at all?
Nope.
Is there anything, does it make you stub your toe in the day?
Nope.
Does it make you do evil things by any chance?
Nope.
So why wouldn't we want to keep the laws, statutes, and commands of our Creator?
The only reason we want to do that is if we hate our Creator, right? He said, if you love me, keep my commands, and, we're not loving him for hating him.
Okay. We are month 8, everybody. It is the first day of the week, and it is the 25th day on our Creator's calendar. That makes it the 20th day on the Gregorian Satanic calendar of November. And I guess this week is a pagan holiday at some point. When is that pagan holiday? Isn't it usually on Thursdays? And then so everything is closed, I guess, in United States.
And then Friday's their Black Friday crazy day.
Black Friday. And if you guys didn't know about Black Friday, that is another satanic day. Black Friday is... I was always told when I was a kid, my mother said that Black Friday was the only day that the retail people actually made a profit. For the first time the entire year, they call it Black Friday because they finally made a profit. Then I grew up and I realized that they would make a profit every single day and that they make a tremendous amount of money every single day and that they don't not make money until November. So it's actually, it's satanic if you look it up. And if you look at the actions and what people, especially in, I guess, North America, my hometown people, I feel really embarrassed about seeing the videos on YouTube. Ever since I left North America, of the Black Friday people that literally rip the doors down and run for the TVs, and they fight each other for the TVs, and they fight each other for stuff. I have no idea what gets into people, but it's yet another reason that we should stay away from the world. If it's Black Friday, you should probably stay indoors because it sounds pretty satanic to me. But the actions, you can get mowed over. I mean, people are after their own goods and their own stuff, and so it's a dangerous time to be out. And I guess the whole world is a dangerous time to be out. All right, so we are getting into our handy dandy split screen, everybody. Bam, and we're there. I don't have that whole horrible program anymore because of Miss Nicole and Miss Michelle, we are good, and we have this in a cool web browser. And so anybody who wants to see this, we have huge plans for this stuff. It's going to be awesome. When Nicole and the gang and whoever the gang is going to be, when we have Genesis completely ready, we're going to put this into a Word document. And it's going to look exactly like the Scriptures. And so if you want to print like Scriptures, or you want to give somebody to actually print an exact beautiful copy of Scriptures, they will now be able to print this. And so our hopes and dreams is that we will find something like a Kinko's or a Office Max or something of the sort where we can take the documents and have them printed up nicely and neatly, and they can even bind these things. So if you wanted to give somebody Scriptures, and you had, basically it would cost you 2 reams of paper, that would be a total of like $10, and you would have a beautiful Scriptures all printed out. Or you can get USB sticks, and for 89 cents, we found them on eBay, and you can put the Scriptures all on a PDF. You can put it on a Word document. We can distribute the Word to the world now, and so we are very, very excited about this whole thing. And
I think a ream of paper is more than $5 now.
is it?
Yeah.
Back in my days, it was $5.
We used to pay $6.
Back when I was in my computer store days, I think I was getting them for like $2 or $3, and I was selling them for $5.
I think it's over that now.
Is it now? Wow. Okay. Well, find some cheap paper, I guess. But anyway, you can print it out, because a lot of people are like, well, we don't have a hard copy. And with the Hallelujah Scriptures grifters, they were hoarding the word of our Creator for so many years that now it's finally free, and we're getting a ton of downloads. We're getting a ton of MP3 downloads, and Yah is going to have his hand in all of this. So let's begin our reading in Lucas. And what does it say at the top of this? Is that what is Lucas?
That's Luke in Hebrew.
That's Luke in Hebrew. The it looks like a
That's the modern Hebrew. I don't know.
yeah, that's modern. It's not paleo.
It's not paleo. I can't figure out the paleo yet.
So does the Hallelujah Scriptures have modern Hebrew at the top too?
It has both modern and
Modern
paleo.
and paleo. So they're not
And
even
for the name.
They're not even legit. So
But their paleo doesn't match any of the paleo letters that I could find.
no.
There's a J in this one, and I'm like, there's no J on the paleo thing. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not on the right paleo that they used, but I could not figure out the paleo last night, so I just did the Hebrew.
Modern Hebrew. Okay. Well, but we do have Yahushua's name as paleo, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that is the main point of this whole thing. So let's begin. Lucas 1. Since many have indeed taken in hand to put in order an account of the matters completely confirmed among us, as those who from the beginning were eyewitnesses and servants of the word delivered them to us, it seemed good to me as well, having followed up all these matters exactly from the beginning, to write to you an orderly account, most excellent Theophilus, that you might know the certainty of the words which you were taught. There was in the days of Herodes, the sovereign of Yahudah, a certain Kohanin named Zachariah of the division of Abia, and his wife was of the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elisheba. And they were both righteous before Elohim, blamelessly walking in all the commands and righteousness of Yahuwah. And they had no child, because Elisheba was barren, and both were advanced in years. And it came to be that while he was serving as Kohanim before Elohim in the order of his division, according to the institute of the Kahuna, he was chosen by lot to burn incense when he went into the Mishkan of Yahuwah. And the entire crowd of people was praying outside at the hour of incense. And a messenger of Yahuwah appeared to him standing on the right side of the altar of incense. And when Zachariah saw, he was troubled, and fear fell upon him. But the messenger said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zachariah, for your prayer is heard. And your wife, Elisheba, shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Yochanan. And you shall have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth. For he shall be great before Yahuwah, and shall drink no wine and strong drink at all. And he shall be filled with the Ruach HaKodesh, even from his mother's womb. And he shall turn many of the children of Yashrael to Yahuwah, their Elohim. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Eliyahu, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the insight of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for Yahuwah." Okay, what do we have here? What's going on here, guys?
So we have a priest, a person that is an actual Levitical priest who his job is to burn the incense. That's one of the commands for the Levites. It was they were supposed to burn incense, and it was his turn to burn incense. So he's doing it. He's doing his job. He's walking perfectly according to the Torah as it states. He and his wife both did, but they had no kids. She was barren, and that shows that they were in a time of lawlessness, because Yah promised that when the children of Israel were in the Torah, there would be no people barren. So they were in a generation of lawlessness. So she was barren. They were older. They didn't have kids. And then all of a sudden he gets an angel that comes up to him and says, hey, here's your kid. He's going to save the world. He's going to basically turn a lot of people back to where they belong.
And so this isn't just an angel. This is one of the angels, right?
Or like the 6 or 7 of like the
Yeah,
top
this
guys.
is the head honchos here, and so this is I'm fascinated where it says right here, and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Eliyahu. What does this mean? What is he saying there? What is this book saying?
And basically it's saying that he gets like, he becomes like a part of Eliyahu, like Eliyahu becomes part of him or something, like he gets his spirit.
Yeah, I think, Messiah Yahushua in the previous book says Eliyahu came first, right? And that John the Baptist was essentially, I don't want to say a reincarnation because I don't believe that, but he was a rebirth of Elijah. And so anyone want to make, what do you guys make of this right here? Because right here it doesn't say that he is Elijah, that John the Baptist was, John the Immerser. But he says, and he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Eliyahu. Okay, anyone make anything of this? Is this Elijah?
I think part of him, like his spirit in him, and like his spirit is Elijah.
I think it's Elijah. I mean, from the previous books, it said it's Elijah, and so I don't know. Okay, let's continue on. 18. And Zacharias said to the messenger, by what shall I know this? For I am old, and my wife advanced in years. And the messenger answering said to him, I am Gabriel, who stands in the presence of Elohim, and was sent to speak to you and announce to you this good news. But see, you shall be silent and unable to speak until the day this takes place, because you did not believe my words, which shall be filled in their appointed time. Now, what is a commandment that we have about messengers?
Obey the messenger Yahuwah sends before you.
Obey the messenger Yahuwah sends before you.
He must have seen angels or something before, like where he just has like a conversation normally and not like fearing or nothing. He's just like, are you sure this is gonna have, like, he's like willing to question this dude? This angels appear before him, and he's like willing to just question this dude like this.
It said he was scared. It said he was filled with fear. He was sketched out, and I would be sketched out as well, no doubt. Okay, yeah, he was Gabriel, the man, the angel man. It's not even a man, but the man among angels. And the people waited for Zechariah and marveled at his delay in the Mishkan. And when he came out, he was unable to speak to them. And they recognized that he had seen a vision in the Mishkan, for he was beckoning to them and remained dumb. And it came to be, as soon as the days of his service were completed, he went away to his house. And after those days, his wife, Elisheba, conceived, and she hid herself 5 months, saying, Yahuwah has done this for me in the days when he looked upon me to take away my reproach among men. And again, I'm just so happy about this thing right here where it says Yahuwah. Isn't that so cool, everybody? Right there. That is awesome. Okay, I just wanted to show that awesomeness. And in the 6th month, the messenger Gabriel was sent by Elohim to a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a maiden engaged to a man whose name was Yosef, of the house of David. And the maiden's name was Miriam. And the messenger coming to her said, Greetings, favored one. The Adon is with you. Baruch are you among women. But she was greatly disturbed at his word and wondered what kind of greeting this was. And the messenger said to her, Do not be afraid, Miriam, for you have found favor with Elohim. And see, you shall conceive in your womb and shall give birth to a bin and call his name Yahushua. Okay, this is cool right here. I'm going to zoom in on this. This is our Paleo-Hebrew name of our Messiah right there, right? It's Yah's name in there, right? It's just amazing. And just for anyone that doesn't know, did they call his name Ben? It says right here, give birth to a Ben.
That just means
what does this mean?
Hebrew translation for son.
Yes, the Hebrew translation for son, and it's B-E with a little, I don't know, what is that? A U above it?
It's called a canon.
A canon? Okay. Yeah, we don't speak Hebrew, and we're doing the same work that the Hallelujah Scriptures did because they don't speak Hebrew anyway.
I think calling him Ben would be closer to Jesus at this point.
Yeah, probably. Okay. He shall be great and shall be called the Ben of the Most High. And Yahuwah Elohim shall give him the throne of his father David. And he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever. And there shall be no end to his reign. And Miriam said to the messenger, how shall this be, since I do not know a man? And the messenger answering said to her, the Ruach HaKodesh shall come upon you, and the power of the Most High shall overshadow you. And for that reason, the Kodesh one born of you shall be called Ben of Yahuwah. Now, this is an interesting thing, right? This is one of these things that this is a miracle, right? This is a miracle that we have seen, that this was I don't know any other way to sound it. I mean, it was a miracle, and I don't know how to explain this verse very well, other than it was a miracle, and this woman saw no man. So, 36. And see, Elisheba, your relative, she has also conceived a son in her old age. And this is now the 6th month to her who was called barren. Because with Elohim, no matter shall be impossible. And Miriam said, see the female servant of Yahuwah? Let it be to me according to your word. And the messenger went away from her. And Miriam arose in those days and went into the hill country with haste to a city of Yahudah, and entered into the house of Zechariah and greeted Elisheba. And it came to be, when Elisheba heard the greeting of Miriam, that the infant leaped in her womb, and Elisheba was filled with the Ruach HaKodesh, and called out with a loud voice and said, Baruch are you among women, and Baruch is the fruit of your womb. And who am I that the mother of Adonai should come to me? It's so nice not having the horrible translations of Dr. Stephen Pidgeon, right? We would never know if this was the right things or not, right? The mother of Adonai, because he has it all messed up. And he would probably have the mother of Yahuwah right here instead of Adonai, which is master.
Does he have to?
He says, mother of my Adonai.
Mother of my Adonai. All right. Well, 44. For look, when the sound of your greeting came to my ears, the infant in my womb leaped for joy. Baruch is she who believed, for that which Yahuwah has said to her shall be accomplished. And Miriam said, my being makes Yahuwah great, and my spirit has rejoiced in Elohim my Savior, because he looked on the humiliation of his female servant. For look, from now on all generations shall call me blessed, Baruch. For he who is mighty has done wonders for me, and Kodesh is his name. And for you who are new to this, Kodesh means holy. And his compassion is from generation to generation to those who revere him. He did mightily with his arm. He scattered the proud in the thought of their hearts. He brought down rulers from their thrones and exalted the lowly. He has filled the hungry with good, and the rich he sent away empty. He has sent away empty. He has sustained Yisrael, his servant, in remembrance of his compassion, as he spoke to our fathers, to Abram, and to his seed forever. And Miriam stayed with her about 3 months and returned to her home. So she would have been 3 months pregnant. So that would have made John the Baptist born. Yeah, so right about that time. And her neighbors and relatives heard how Yahuwah had shown great compassion to her, and they rejoiced with her. And it came to be on the 8th day that they came to circumcise the child, and they were calling him by the name of his father, Zechariah.
You actually missed 57.
Did I miss 57?
Yeah.
All right. And the time was filled for Elisheba to give birth, and she bore a son. Okay, there we go. And her neighbors and relatives heard how Yahuwah had shown great compassion to her, and they rejoiced with her. And it came to be on the 8th day that they came to circumcise the child, and they were calling him by the name of his father, Zechariah. And his mother answering said, not so, but he shall be called Yochanan. And they said to her, there is no one among your relatives who is called by this name. Then they motioned to his father, what would he like him to be called? And having asked for a writing tablet, he wrote, Yochanan is his name. And they all marveled. And at once his mouth was opened and his tongue loosed, and he was speaking, praising Elohim. And fear came on all those dwelling around them. And all these matters were spoken of in all the hill country of Yahudah. Okay, what does that mean? These matters were spoken of in all the hill country of Yahudah.
Everyone talked about it. Everyone knew
It was
about
like
it.
small town, rumor spread fast. Everyone's like, well, now he talks.
Yeah, that's what people do. People talk, right? If you're bored, well, how's the weather? What's going on? How's the family? Did you hear that there was a virgin born, had a baby? Or that this kind of stuff is going, right? This is where it goes, and it will. That's why Messiah Yahushua had a hard time walking amongst the people, because he was a celebrity. All right, verse 66. And all who heard them kept them in their hearts, saying, what then shall this child be? And the hand of Yahuwah was with him. And Zechariah his father was filled with the Ruach HaKodesh, and Nabu saying, So for those who don't know what Nabu is, what is that?
Prophesy.
Prophesy. Baruch be Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael, for he looked upon and worked redemption for his people, and has raised up a horn of deliverance for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his Kadesh Nebiim from the old, deliverance from our enemies and from the hand of all those hating us, to show compassion towards our fathers and to remember his Kadesh covenant, an oath which he swore to our father Abraham, to give us, being delivered from the hand of our enemies, to serve him without fear, in Kadeshah and righteousness before him all the days of our life. And you, child, shall be called Nabi of the Most High, for you shall go before the face of Yahuwah to prepare his ways, to give knowledge of deliverance to his people by the forgiveness of their sins, through the tender compassion of our Elohim, with which the daybreak from on high has looked upon us, to give light to those who sit in darkness and the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and was in the deserts until the day of showing himself openly to Yisrael. All right. Wow. That's awesome. So I really, 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 really like this scripture we're reading out of now. It works. It's not a giant PDF that's clunky, that's going all over the place. And when we are done with this, it's going to be absolutely awesome. So all praise and glory to Yah for delivering this book scanner to us, and for the brother who helped us get this, and for all the greatness that he's doing and allowing his people to see all of this stuff and opening this up across the world. So praise Yah for everything. Gentlemen, how you doing?
Good.
You guys ready? Mm-hmm. You got big plans? You got to go fix the cows?
Yep.
What are you going to do?
We gotta spray them off for ticks and make sure they're clean.
Yeah, Mr. Ed has a lot of fly larvae on him. And for those who do not know, cows get things like fly larvae, and the flies land on them, and they like they give birth inside of in the cow.
They end up becoming like a zit.
Yeah, it's like a giant zit with a worm in it.
Yeah, and they're kind of like the puzzle you squeeze the zit. Yeah, it's the same thing.
But you don't
They're bigger.
blow a worm out of the zit. Though.
Right.
Right. So when you squeeze the giant zits on the cows, a worm will come blowing out. It will blow blood and pus and stuff all over your face. It's pretty gross. It used to be a lot grosser, but now we're kind of getting used to it. It is what it is. The cows aren't used to it. They don't like it, but that is what it is. And so that's a little bit of trivia from the Down South Club. All right, guys, thank you very much, everybody. We love you guys very much. To our extended family out there, we love you guys very much, and we are so happy that you guys are on this journey with us. And for anybody who has not been, or who wants a little bit of a community, there is a little community in the Telegram group that we have. It's a bunch of wonderful gals and guys, and they are on fire for Yah, and they're praying, and it's kind of a weird mash. There's a lot of awake people. And not everybody is doing the same stuff. Not everybody keeps the same Shabbat days that we keep, and or the same time. A lot of people will keep sunrise to sunrise. We keep sunset to sunset, as we found in the scriptures. And so it's a little mixed mash in there, but it's not a bad mixed mash. It's not. It's just simple things that are not salvation based. And there's a tremendous amount of good people in there. So if you guys need a little community, you want to hang out with just a bunch of good gals and guys, that is there. The link's always in the description. And check out our other channels, BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble, and the other YouTube channels we have for now until Yah Scriptures attempts to get these things banned, because they are criminals. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
All right.
Shalom.